right, welcome back, listeners, either on Spotify, YouTube. This is Lads at the Bar Top. You got one of the co-hosts right here, Garrett. My two bitches, Z right over here,
What
Jack
to
over
do?
here. I don't care who's bitch one, who's bitch two. You guys decide. But we got another episode coming back at you. We got shit. That pissed me off. Sorry. I just went blank right now. We're gonna go over some cool topics that have happened in the past. Sorry, this episode's coming a little bit later than usual. Technology issues on my end, but we got a special guest that I'd like to pass over to my main man, Jack over here.
Remember that poll that we got for the best intros? You're definitely not helping yourself.
Really speed belt your way through that. But I appreciate you taking the blame for the technical difficulties.
Yeah, you're welcome.
No, yeah. So we got this week's gonna be a good week. We got our first guest speaker on it. It's gonna be a thing we do maybe every 3 weeks or whatnot. But this week we are talking to Christian Sanzatera, one of our good buddies, the fourth horseman in this trio. We love him very much. We go over some of his military stuff. We go over his hockey journey. Just ask him some questions, introduce himself to the people, and maybe we'll have him back if we think we like him. We don't know yet.
To be determined.
To be determined. See how the views go.
The listeners think.
Yeah, no, but we got some good topics this week. Talking about Pearl Harbor. We're recording on the 6th. Pearl Harbor is tomorrow, so we're going to talk about that because you want to talk about that. We're going to talk about Call of Duty and how shitty of an update they just released on December 6th. And we're going to talk about the college football rankings. So we're excited. Good week.
Heck yeah, dude. Heck yeah. Gonna be a blast. You'll find out about my very awkward first introduction with my roommate from Japan, which is why Pearl Harbor is being brought up because it's very interestingly funny. But yeah, so kick back, Jack. Let's take us on into the interview.
Yeah, so our interview we pre-recorded with Christian, so things are gonna look different. We're not wearing the same clothes and whatnot. That is why. If you're listening on Spotify, doesn't matter. We just went right into it. But other than that, we're gonna hop on over to that interview, and then when that's done, we'll come back to us and we'll continue our cast like nothing happened. Let's get rid of that real quick.
Or no.
Joining us now, we have our good buddy, one of the our fourth horseman to the trio, you could say, Christian. Welcome, Christian. How's it going?
What is up, boys? Again, kind of like the unofficial fourth member of Jack's family, fourth sibling, fourth guy on the podcast. I'm just that all-around bench guy. You know how it goes.
Fourth
just like
golfer. Whenever we need you, you're there.
Exactly.
Reliable.
This is
reliable, baby.
Mm-hmm.
So to all of our listeners and watchers, wherever you're sitting at YouTube, Spotify, whatever, we're going to start doing a little segment where we introduce people to come on and talk with us. Christian is our first one. Garrett's mom is our second one.
Get out of here. Get out of here. No.
Garrett's excited about it for sure.
Really excited.
Bro,
anyways, we're
sister wives.
Anyways, we're just gonna do some questions and fire it from there. We're gonna keep it about 20 minutes long so you can get off to your coaching you've got going on tonight.
Oh, you already know, big guy.
Awesome. Z, you want to start us off?
Yeah, I'll fire away. So Christian, welcome in. As Jack said earlier, you're like the unofficial fourth wheel to this
Not a question.
four-wheel car right here.
But all right.
What can I say?
I was so aggressive.
Somebody's gonna bring down the lobbies, KD.
It's cool. We've already done an introduction. That's
anyways. To the point of how I'm starting this, right, is so much like Jack and I, you have a big basis in hockey, and Jack has mentioned a lot about you guys' Fox days and stuff like that already in previous episodes. Yeah, for sure. So, as we're a big story podcast, what kind of stories or situations that you think are relatable can you share with us from your time in, say, later high school years into junior hockey life?
So oddly enough, I never really had later high school years. That's a story for a different time. But my traditional high school experience, I only went to a physical school for my my freshman and sophomore year. And I was lucky enough to be good enough, and also for the team to not have enough goalies. So
We
I made
love it.
varsity my freshman year, and then I
Heck
took
yeah.
over the starting spot my sophomore year. Really kind of came into my own there.
There's a big tryout between him and himself. It's a tough spot to take.
Hey! There was Chase. We had a good 1-2 punch going. I'd say definitely one of my favorite, at least high school stories, is so we were able to get my best friend as my goalie partner. At the time, I trained with him every single day, and our defensive coach, his name was Jim. Guy was quick to get the old temper a fuming. So during practice, we'd even get Jack in on this. Sometimes we'd see how quick we could get the vein in his temple to pop out,
Oh yeah.
and then it evolved into doing it during games. So there was one time, and this is just the guy's sense of humor. Guy was a fucking gem. I don't know if I'm allowed to cuss on this podcast, so sorry.
Nope. No swearing.
No swearing at all.
The
We're a
listeners
Christian,
know no swearing.
we're a Christian podcast. Come on.
Dang it, Christian.
Oh, we're
Either
not
way,
making.
so-
We're a Christian.
So long story long. I ended up having a horrible game. I get pulled, and I'm pissed. Like I'm fuming. I'm coming off. I already broke my stick. Like I was a rage monster at that point. And all of a sudden, Chase turns to the coach because the coach goes, "You're in," and he goes, "Okay, coach, you want me to go ahead and tie it up or win it?" And that's just the type of guy he was, and that's the type of guy our team was. It's just a bunch of idiots that somehow ended up doing something cool, and that kind of describes my hockey career. Honestly, I don't know how the hell I got out of St. Louis.
Okay, dude.
Yeah, tell
But-
us all the places you went.
So,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
started
Give
off
us
my career-
your track record.
Yeah.
So I am, I was a suitcase man. So I started off in Breezy Point, Minnesota. So I started off. I was a rookie in the NA3HL, good old Tier 3 at all. You know how it goes.
Bing bong.
Hey, that's the highest
So-
out of anyone here.
So
Appreciate that.
Did
I
that?
never even participated.
Yeah, Garrett does
Got
seem
a
like
real
the kind
jump
of
on
sit in the
Garrett.
corner and
I
watch.
don't even get a participation trophy. That's how cool I am. Continue.
You make a great videographer, Garrett. It's okay.
Yeah, you're killing it.
But no, so started off there, had a really good season. Started off as a third string, honestly. I ended up doing really well. At my initial tryout, got signed, and then when main camp came around, let's just say me and Jack had quite the bender beforehand, and had a horrible main camp. Ended up
Rough.
third string, worked my way to first string, and then got tendered to the Kenai River Brown Bears in the Knoll. So I went from Tier 3 to Tier 2. I was a dumb 17-year-old. I didn't know what I had. Didn't train as hard as I should over the summer. Pissed off some real good professionals in my life. Luckily, they stuck by me whenever I eventually fell. But I went to the Knoll again, kind of on a third string basis. Was doing all right. We had one kid go down. We're in Fairbanks, Alaska, and so I'm just sitting on the bench. There's I don't know, it packed arena, so like 2,500 people. 5 minutes left, we're losing. Coach looks at me, and I don't know if you ever had those coaches. Whenever they just get pissed off, they just throw the other fucking goalie in. Yeah, that's what happened. He looked at me, and he's just like, "Christian, you're fucking in," and I'm just like, "Oh no." We're getting shellacked at this point, by the way. So go in. I
Good,
perform.
because you're going.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
love that show.
And my performance good enough to earn a stick for even losing. You know, I got to eat my stick first.
Hey, yo.
Ayo.
The next
Is
game,
your glasses
he said,
okay over there, Jack?
Keep fogging
Third
up.
time you cleaned them.
He said I was starting, and so I was real nervous. Came in. The biggest thing I remember about that start was I'm doing my initial warm up, and behind the net, obviously we're in Alaska, so it's just fucking mutants out there. Um, there's a dude
X-Men.
in a baby mask and another one in a horse mask. You know, the ones that like the silicone one,
We know.
and
Yeah,
they're doing
yeah.
like the flop and everything. And I could not get that out of my fucking head. So we go in.
They were on the
Again.
ice like that?
Packed barn again. No, they were behind the net. So they're behind the glass.
That was
Just
their
fans,
helmet.
just
They're
I
playing
random
thought
fans.
I was like, what?
And I end up getting yanked in the first, and that was the end of my NAW career. I got sent down to the
How many you
USPHL.
let in? How many you let in? How many?
2 or 3.
How many shots?
Like 10 or 11. It was rough.
I mean, no disrespect to some goalies out there, but I've seen much worse at good levels like that. So
Yeah, but
I mean, I'm not saying you deserve to stay there either.
Way to
but
make him
I'm just
feel
saying,
better. I like
could've been
that.
worse.
I see
Could've
what
been
you're
worse.
going at. I
Could've
see what
been
you're
worse.
doing. I see what
No,
you're doing
worse.
there. Christian, you're good.
I clawed my way up for opportunities, and you know what? When you waste them, you waste them. That was on me.
Yeah, you know.
I ended up going
It's hard
down
to-
to the Wisconsin Dells for a team that was affiliated with them. Came back up, and they said kind of watch your career, and they sent me to play AAA in New York. Ended up tearing it up in AAA. I posted. It was like USPHL Tier 1 up in the East Coast. I think I posted like a 9.4, 9.5 save percentage. Doing pretty good there. So I played in Albany, specifically like Clifton Park. So CP Dynamo was the team. Did pretty well there. The next season, I was stupid. Instead of going and really using my AAA eligibility, whether staying at home playing for Car Shield or going back out, I decided to go for this random team called the New York Bobcats in the EHL. First year startup team. And let's just say I only stayed there for a month. We ended up doing a showcase, and the stats read 80 shots, I believe, but I saw over 100 shots. The stat person lost count of how many shots I saw.
You counted the whole game?
Yes, I was pissed.
Are you sure you weren't thinking about the baby face and the horse?
I promise you I was not. I was thinking about the 3-on-0s in my zone.
Yeah, that's tough, dude.
You ever have a full team change and you're just alone? And it's
I don't
a
backcheck,
3-on-0?
so nope. I don't backcheck, so
I thought I
nope.
was playing beer league. I saw
That makes
I
sense.
saw the future of my career right there. I was just like, oh, here we are. In fact, I think the beer league I play in is better. But dude, so left there, went back to Breezy, had a weird situation there, ended up in
We talking Corey Perry situation? You hit someone's
No,
you're
if I'm
going
fucking
in with
anybody's
someone's
mom,
mom?
it's gonna be Garrett's,
What?
I hear she's next week's
What?
guest, so I gotta
What?
get her number.
No, she's
sweet.
not. It's not
Oh.
scheduled yet.
Oh, we're getting that one in real quick.
Whoa.
Out of nowhere.
Ooh,
Whoa.
call me Chief Stadium because I'll show her my Arrowhead. That's for sure.
That's not
Your
not
mom,
good.
your mom can't listen to this episode. You gotta just.
Whoa.
Oh, she's gonna hate me.
That went out of. That's just.
I'm joking. I
Lost one of our
apologize,
5 listeners.
Mrs. Barnett. I bet you're a wonderful lady.
You gotta apologize to his dad, dude. He's still alive.
Honestly?
You gotta apologize to him.
Oh, we're down to
I'm
3
sorry.
listeners. You can't listen to it either.
I'm sorry to Garrett's dad, honestly. That being said, quit shutting off the Wi-Fi because we really need Garrett in our lobbies.
Hey, you heard it here first, guys. I don't suck.
I think that means you do suck and you bring us down.
No,
I think
fuck
that's what he
you.
was getting at.
He just
Okay,
hops
but-
off randomly.
All
It's
right,
fine.
We're on a time schedule.
So I ended up in Wausau playing for the Wausau Riverwolves. They brought me in to in a real awkward situation. They heard of me back when I was playing in Breezy the first time. The owners really liked me, and I ended up. They needed a tandem situation more than just a starter and backup, and they ended up booting the guy. Their backup at the time. They just fucking sent him to the worst team in the league in the NA3, which is saying something. Felt bad for
What
the
team
kids.
is that? What team is that? Let's just shout him out real quick.
Evansville.
Oh, nice.
They were
Indiana. That's tough.
Nice.
Yeah.
Respect.
But it was interesting. And then after that, I wanted more of a
Terrible
relaxed
hockey.
environment to play in. So I ended up playing my final junior season because Ended up playing my final junior season in Florida for the Florida Junior Blades. Back, shout out, comfy CCM hoodie.
He was prepped for this interview.
So
You have to blur that
ended up
out.
going there. That situation was not fun. That's what really put the nail in the coffin for my junior career. I could have stuck it out. I ended up getting an advisor at the time, but I was just burnt. There was 4 goalies. It was a weird situation. I'd get put in against a shitter of a team when somebody wasn't performing one night. I'd start against the top team in the league another night. It was weird.
Sounds
So
like bad
enough
coaching.
of that.
Fuck that guy.
And I just got burnt out. And it's one of those things.
Could have come and play for us, but no.
Yeah.
A lot of guys
No.
persevere, but
Probably
while I
still
was
have a team.
while I was in New York,
School would still be open till this day.
while I was in New York, I met a Navy SEAL. His name was Sean, really good guy. So, and then one of the goalie coaches out there, he was an FDNY firefighter. His dad worked for Port Authority on 9/11, ended up passing away.
Dang it.
So while I was there, we were in the city, and I was there during the 9/11 memorial. They showed me the buildings where the towers fell. They have a little museum there, and they have a different kind of museum of all the memorabilia of the fallen. His stuff was there, and Sean showed me everything, and I realized that my calling was the military after that.
God damn it. Ah.
Yeah.
Christian, can
That
I
was my
ask you a
second
quick question,
question.
though? Can I ask
That
you
was
a
my
quick
second question.
What's
This
up?
isn't like my first legitimate question. Like, how did you fall into like the goalie position? What made you want to be a goalie?
I honestly couldn't tell you. Like, I just learned to play. Somebody asked
'Cause
if
they're
I
weird.
wanted to play goalie. I guess I was a sociopath as a child, and it only got worse as I grew up. And so I was hooked. The adrenaline of it's an entirely different game being a goalie, because while
Full-blown
there's the
narcissism.
team,
It's everybody else's fault.
no, it's bullshit. If I let in a bad goal, it is my fault, and nobody's
I've
gonna
been
say
yelled at otherwise, sir. I've been yelled at otherwise, and I wasn't even playing defense.
Trust me, we know
Not
you
by
never
you,
played
obviously.
defense.
No bitch. I play defense in beer league now, so it's a big game changer.
No
I know.
contact, so yeah, it makes sense.
People are like, "You got to play D. You're our best D," and I'm like, "I don't even know how this position is played, dude. I
Z's
just
sitting there
barely
like,
know how to skate backwards."
That's how I felt when coach put me on the offense at college. I was like,
Dude,
I've
oh
never
my
played offense. I don't know what I'm doing.
I don't know how to skate. I don't know how to skate forward.
oh, real quick.
Exactly.
That was
You want to know the first person to ever hit me in the Adam's apple with a puck?
Who?
Charlie.
Jack
Jack.
Isles.
Jack, what are
I
you
knew
doing,
it was
guy?
Jack,
You remember
dude.
that one, Jack?
I knew I should have gone with my first guess.
He went clap bomb from the hash marks right into my Adam's
Jack
apple.
can't shoot a slap shot.
You
Don't
want to know?
lie.
You know what the funny thing is about that? My last shot of my career was a snapshot from the hash marks along the boards. So welcome to it, dude.
Your finger
Part of
wasn't in
history.
that for the majority
Did
of
it go
it.
in?
Yeah.
Did it
That-
go in?
There you go.
No,
There you
hit
go.
the crossbar.
Hit the crossbar.
Luckily,
The only
Jack-
reason I remember that because I got back to the bench and coach goes, "Where the hell did that come from?" I was like, "I don't know." I closed my eyes, and he's like, "You need to do that more often."
Hit the crossbar.
Dude.
I specifically remember that conversation.
Yeah, right. That's the only reason I remember that shot. It's like the last one I ever took.
Shout out Jack and I. Anytime either of us got on the ice the last year of our playing careers, as soon as we got off, the other one was right there to have a seat warmed up ready for us, dude.
Dude, the best part is, this is how you know Jack has a fucking muffin. Hits me in the throat, didn't even hurt. Coach comes up to me though, and he goes, "Dude, are you okay?" And I went to go, "Yeah, I'm fine." And all that came out was
Muffin not confirmed. That's all I gotta
No,
say.
that's a muffin confirmed, dude. His trachea is still intact, dude. He's fine.
All I gotta say. I have a little change up. You never know what speed it's coming at you. You always think this
because
guy's
you don't know
good.
what speed it's coming
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
wait, you
Yeah,
should have
that's a
played
good point,
baseball
dude.
then. At this point, if you got
Dude,
to
I'm a
change
goalie
up.
coach. I have a better
Dude.
shot now, Jack.
I don't
Dude.
care. I don't care what.
All
you
I'm saying is if
I had more goals.
If you were a nurse in Peoria in 2017 and 18, and you came across Jack's Tinder and saw him standing at the blue line for the national anthem, It didn't matter
Sick.
that he was firing
Sick.
muffins, dude.
Sick.
It was a good pick. It was a good pick, dude.
Beautiful pick.
Dude,
You brought
the
food
amount of-
instantly.
the amount of time
You
we
brought
spent
food
on
over
each
to the
other's-
house instantly.
That's such
Jack,
a
the amount of
smooth
time we
move.
spent on each other's Tinders. Do you remember that?
Sometimes it's for
Tinder's
the
not
best.
a-
Sometimes it's for the worst. Sometimes it's good. Sometimes bad.
Dude,
All I know is I got
I'm-
a lot of
We've
free
had our
food
highs.
from a
We've
lot
had
of
our
different
lows.
girls. I didn't even
Yep.
use Tinder for dating. Just got free food out of it.
that's how you're supposed to do it.
Jack broke up with a girl for like a week one time, and then had not a girlfriend, but he had a girl at his house, the same girl, every day for a week, who he never did anything with. He just got food brought to his house every single day.
What was
of that
her
week.
What was her name again? Didn't she like do some cleaning and stuff like that as well?
Yeah, she was wild. And then one
Yeah,
time I was like,
Garrett's talking
"Hey,
about someone else. Garrett's talking about
Totally
someone
different.
else.
That totally
Yeah.
different one.
Yeah.
oh, you're talking about the one when I wasn't living there."
No, he's talking about the one that I'm with right now.
No,
She's
and
cool.
I don't
It's
even
a
know who you're
stupid-
talking about.
So either way,
totally different
hey,
person.
it's
Don't
okay
worry
because
about it.
Anyways.
your question, Z, question 2.
Oh, my question too, you son of a bitch. You just
We got
started
two
rambling
questions.
on.
Two questions.
Yeah, I had a part 2. It wasn't a part 2, but I had a question. Oh,
I
we're
guess
down
this
to
is
Trace
just
Minutos.
I mean, we
Here's
can keep going if Christian doesn't have to go anywhere just yet.
We're
but-
good. We're good. I still
Okay.
I still got 10
okay.
minutes.
Okay. So now that we've heard your hockey journey, a part of your life, it's a big part. Obviously, it's a big part for a lot of us that played. You touched on it a little bit, but my second question was going to be, having been somebody who's been through, I'm not exactly how much of it what you were in, but the SEALs program and the military, what was your kind of, this is my career path that I want to go down moment? And then obviously you touched on it a little bit, and then like, what was that experience like for you?
So I gotta go into, first off, disclaimer. Did not make it that far. Like, I'm
That's
talking
what it is. Yeah, fair
tadpole
enough. I
to
didn't know what's
tadpole.
going on.
Like, I have friends who actually did the full damn thing, whether that's getting through buds, becoming team guys, or even just, making it 2 buds and, doing whether coming out, whether through their own accord or getting injured. It happens. It's a high attrition rate. It's just a suck fest, man. That's really it. The military. So I joined during COVID. It was a weird time, dude. Like, real weird time. Like,
Everybody was doing wild shit, so that makes sense.
I was supposed to
me.
join. Here, to put in perspective, my original ship out date was March of 2020. It got postponed to July. So
I
I left
remember
in
that.
July.
I was there in 2020.
They put us all in quarantine, dude, in a hotel, and not it was weird. Like, I was in a twin bunk bed, scrunched up, barely getting 3 meals a day. I lost 20 pounds in 2 weeks of quarantine. Like,
Dude, that sounds like the dream diet.
it was rough, but
Starving
boot camp-
yourself? Is that what you're saying, Z?
Did they train you with Call of Duty while you were in quarantine?
no.
That would
I
have been
would-
hilarious.
I had reading.
They're like, here's a first-person virtual reality simulator for
Boys.
you to get the taste.
It's the
Dude,
Navy.
Kyler,
It's not that cool.
Kyler
Oh,
Murray
it's
for
just the-
Arizona
it's
would be
just the-
good then.
It's the Navy, boys.
No,
It's not
he
that
said
cool.
it's the Navy, dude. It's just that one level of the one campaign where you just go through the boat the whole time and you're just trying to get through the hallways.
The coolest thing in Navy boot camp that you do is like firefighting. And so, but
How
like,
close were you to ending up just on a ship as just like somebody who like they just maintained one section of pipe for 4 years?
not a chance.
Fuck that.
Oh, that's
Like,
I
if
didn't
you would have met, okay, I'm adding on to this fucking story.
Still
But
waiting
if
on the
you
question.
hadn't failed, like if you hadn't had a medical discharge from your SEAL stuff, would you have ended up in the regular Navy? Would they just transfer you over, or would you have been done?
No, if it wouldn't have been a medical thing, like if I would have passed my medical test, I would have been thrown right back into training.
No, I'm saying, oh, okay, so you would have just gone right back into it.
Yeah, no.
So like,
So what they call it after what happened, I'll go into what happened in a second, but what they call it, it's super funny. They call it dead man LD. So light duty is for whenever you're injured or sick or things like that.
So you
They
just
call
had to
it
pretend to
dead
be a
man
dead
LD.
man.
So yeah, you literally don't do anything. Like you're not allowed to do. Like I couldn't even go for a light jog. Like I'd get yelled at.
And then you come back, you're out of shape, and you get yelled at for being out of shape. That makes sense.
Why are you so slow?
Basically. But so I make it through boot camp. Boot camp was like boot camp's like the worst summer camp ever. Like it's easy like a summer camp, but it just sucks. Like you don't sleep. Like we were waking up super early to do extra training. Made some really good friends though. Saw some really funny moments. But then I was in the prep stage to get into buds. Made it through my first cycle, and that's what happened. So a couple funny stories from prep though.
Real quick before you go to the stories, real quick, is the prep stuff before buds, is it anything like CBS's SEAL Team 6? Or is that just kind of bullshit?
SEAL 6.
I love that.
If you see a TV show,
love that.
If you see a TV show about anything like that, it's usually bullshit.
What are you talking
Dude,
about?
but they have one drunk guy from Texas,
stories.
so it's got to be real, man.
Yeah.
To be
Wait,
fair,
so you mean to tell me every time on a
It's on
movie it's like
Paramount
based on
Plus.
true events, it's not real?
the
You tell me
the
I'm getting
amount
fucking
of
lied to by studios and all
It's
that?
not a GoPro camera.
the amount of corn-fed dudes from Texas that try out for the program, unreal.
Did you say
Wait, there's
porn
fucking
fed or
corn?
corn fed?
Is there
Corn.
corn in Texas?
How do you eat the other one?
I heard-
How do you eat corn?
I heard porn fed. I was like, what the fuck is porn
No,
fed?
you need to turn your notifications off, sir.
He got a TikTok. He's looking at that right now.
Stop. How'd you know?
But
Because we heard the ding.
but no, dude, it was wild. Like you do. Like the instructors are fucking wild. They make you do like just dumb shit. They're screaming at you constantly. Like, dude, like to put in perspective, like, we had one instructor go. We fucked up. He drops us all. So what dropping is you push up position. You got to push out 20 push-ups. Typically, yell at the instructor's name. They call it a call out. This is typical. Any guy who's ever been in that kind of training knows what it is. But this instructor's berating us at the time. He goes, "You bunch of soft F words." You can imagine what's being said.
I'm putting
there.
it together.
Yeah. He goes, the fact that I have to be related to all of you through the misfortune of fucking all of your mothers.
Whoa.
It was so funny, but so fucked. We had one instructor who was actually ranked number 17 in the world for CrossFit.
You fucking idiot. Get off the screen. Stop breathing so fucking hard into your mic. Christian, continue.
So, he was a pretty cool
we
dude.
do have 9 minutes though, so let's wrap this up.
Yeah.
Thanks,
So
Steve.
that's my question. You got 3, Z. You got 3.
I had 2.
You know what? We'll cut story time short for a second. What do you got, Garrett?
Yeah, come on, Garrett. Get it out there.
Mine's for Jack and you, Christian, because you both are fathers this year.
I'm not answering.
Cool. So this is just Christian. I'll fuck myself. But Christian, so my question is like you like the first 3 months, what was your favorite part about being a parent? And then the second part will come.
Before
The first 3 months
as a dad.
Before you answer that.
No, go ahead. Go ahead, Christian.
Nothing fun happens in the first 3
No,
months.
it's awful.
No,
in the first 3 months.
okay, so then your favorite part of the first 3 months. There.
I had a child.
Birth,
I have a child with a dairy allergy that had colic for the first 3 months of
that
his life.
also was born at 30 pounds.
And
he's a big boy.
The first 3 months is like pushing the red button, trying to figure out what it does. And the third month is like, oh shit, I shouldn't have been pushing that button.
So to put in perspective, as a father, the first 3 months of having a newborn is like having a dog. It eats, sleeps, and poops. That's it.
More.
After
more
the third
so.
month,
The dog
personality
sits after a while.
Yeah, this one doesn't learn.
Personality starts to come through the third month, and that's when they start to realize who you are. The first smile is wonderful.
The giggles.
The giggles.
Love the
The
giggles.
first words, phenomenal.
I swear,
Well,
every
he said
time
words.
he had his
Daisy
words yet?
goes, every time Daisy says
Oh, yeah.
anything, Marissa's saying, it's like, she's saying mama or dada. It's like, she can't fucking form a word
This
yet.
is literally Daisy.
Oh, she said mama.
Oh
Yeah,
my
no, so
God.
he start-
Jack, pull out your phone real quick. You're saying mama. You missed it. You fucking idiot. What are you doing?
So he started off with hi. So he did hi first, went to mama, and now he's on to dada.
Disney.
So you
And
failed
so-
as a father.
As a dad, though, it was in a Target, and I was fucking with him. I was like tickling him while he's in the cart, and all of a sudden he just goes, "Dad," and I'm just like, "Oh!" I like, as a man, I literally
love
like
you.
heart melt, tears started forming. I was like, "Holy shit!" It got real. And honestly, that kid, I'm raising a Viking child. He's almost 30
Are you on your
pounds.
phone, Z?
Dude,
He
we
is on
can
his
see you
phone.
every time you take a breath. Go.
Yeah, you're
It
literally
goes
just
to
on your phone,
screen.
dude. Oh my God.
And it's
Christian-
Christian's trying to tell a story.
I'm getting yelled at right now, dude. I'm sorry. I'm getting
By
yelled
your
at. I've been
roommates?
listening.
Your roommates?
No.
It's funny because
No.
Christian's trying to tell a story and you're over here just staring at your phone. And that's
My mic is pointed so far away from my.
Just
freaking
fucking
face.
mute yourself then. Mute yourself.
Fine.
There it is.
That's better. All right,
Perfect.
Christian, continue.
Go ahead.
But no,
Christian.
it's a beautiful feeling, and being a father is awesome, dude. Honestly, I wouldn't trade it for the world.
My favorite
But-
thing out of this whole experience is we grew up being such fucking delinquents and
Dude,
we were best
degenerate.
friends. We didn't know a thing. Like we talk like how guys do, like you talk every 3 or so months or whatnot. Like, we started talking a little bit more, and then out of the blue, you're like, I'm having a kid. And then the next day I was like, I'm having a kid too.
Dude,
Garrett and I were like, we're not. High five.
I'm just it's like,
Depression.
I don't know who your guys' high school best friends was, but this it was the coolest thing. And I said it to your mom like
Mhm.
4 times when we were at your baby shower. It's like, can you believe us fucking idiots are having kids
Yeah.
at the same time? Who
And
allowed
not-
that to happen?
and not as teenagers.
Yeah. Yep.
Dude,
That's
we actually
another-
chose like it was
made it out of
actually
it.
planned. Like
Wow.
mine was planned, at least. I don't know about you.
Mine was spontaneous. She was like, "We're not gonna try, but we're also gonna try." So it's like, if it happens, we're happy about it. If
My
it
wife had
doesn't,
to have surgery, so it was one of those it's now or never. So
Marissa was
And
like,
boy,
"I want to
did you
have a
get
kid
all
before
the
I was
bang for
30."
your buck on the one kid with that
Yeah,
one.
there's
he is
big old
Almost-
baby.
30 inches and 30 pounds.
He is two
But it's-
Thanksgiving turkeys.
He's gonna be 5 foot before 3rd grade, and then never grow again because you both are short.
No, actually,
Sure.
You cursed him. You cursed him.
her dad's
It
side of
skips
the family
generations.
is like 6 foot taller. So
Yeah. 6 foot taller? Oh my god.
Holy
That's
6
huge.
foot
So
and
he's like
taller.
13 feet. Holy shit!
He's gonna be massive.
Oh, I can't afford that. Oh,
Yeah, dude. The Costco bill's
You're gonna have to.
go
You're
through the
gonna.
roof.
You're gonna have to start shopping like where
Yeah.
Shaq shops.
As
And-
Shaquille O'Neal.
So when I talk to like it's mainly Charlie who fucking bullies me about it. But when I go like, nah, she's gonna be an athlete, but I can't like because I throw stuff at her all the time, trying to teach like I'm teaching her how to catch like pillows and stuff. And Charlie picked on me one night, and I was like, I'm teaching her how to be a D1 athlete. She's gonna be bodying some kids someday. And he goes, have you seen you play hockey? He's not gonna be D1, or she's not gonna be D1.
have you
get
seen
that from-
Charlie play hockey?
I
he
got
has never
leveled
talked.
like one of the first times he stepped on the ice.
Yep, I still have that video. It's fucking hilarious.
Lindenwood.
Like,
I was going with that. Like, you get that like back talk from anyone in your family? Does Jess give it to you or anyone like that?
no, honestly, it's my wife.
Lucky.
My wife talks all the shit to me. That's about it.
That's because your
Jack's-
son is big enough to beat you up already.
Yeah.
Oh no, he headbutts.
Yeah, I bet, dude.
Have you ever been
Grabs you
woken
by
up
the
to,
neck.
Have you ever been woken up to a Randy Couture right hook to your eyeball in the morning?
No, I don't even know
I've
who
been
that
woken up
is.
to a lot of things, and that's not one of them.
But legitimately, like it's awesome. And real quick, I just got to finish out. So my military career, I ended up having a seizure after a run
Sounds
event.
quick.
Yeah, just a quick,
yeah.
just to explain everyone. So I spent about a year, just kind of floating through the military with nothing to do on holds until they medically separated me. Met some of the best people in my life. Met some of the worst people in my life. That's one thing they don't tell you about service members is not all of them are good people. Like
That's just
when
people in general.
you may hit someone with a thank you for their service. They could either be an outstanding person or they could be the biggest pile of shit you ever
Dude.
met in your life.
Well, let's be.
I know a guy who I talked to him on the regular. He was in Fallujah in 06, I want to say that, like in the big time, right?
Mhm.
And he's like, yeah, if you listen to anybody talk about the guys that were there that made it back, they're like, yeah, they're heroes, dude. They're heroes. And he's like, and technically they're not wrong, dude, because they did some crazy shit. He was like, but there was a guy in our squadron that came back and he raped like 8 women and went to prison for a long time. Like he's a scumbag. And I was like, I never thought about that, but yeah,
You have to think
they're
about
probably
it.
some
Like
scumbags.
the people who willingly go into the military, especially like the special teams, like and do their thing, they want to go kill people. No, I'm not saying normal people,
Not all
but
of
say
them.
It's
Not the
okay. Here,
majority of them.
it's
No.
not the one.
Christian, did you want to murder somebody?
It's like
So the way
Jeffrey
it was
Dahmer, dude.
is
He went into the military.
I wanted to fight for my country and stop it.
kill people.
I wanted to
Poison them.
stop bad people from hurting
Drugs.
good people.
Sounds good.
The thing is, I didn't want to go regular infantry because I didn't just want to have. I wanted to have the best training and get after it. And the thing is, the guys in the special operations, I'm not going to speak for them because I didn't make it through, but from what I understand, it's wanting to utilize that training. Okay. But that being said, hopefully I wasn't too underwhelming like Jack and Bad, or the amount of Garrett's bitches.
So,
We're gonna
He's
get cut
got
off
5
here.
now.
We're gonna have to
We
make
gotta
it. Hold
end
on.
it. We gotta
we're
end
gonna
it.
get cut off here.
Hey,
I just want to say
hey.
thank you, Christian, for joining us.
Thank you
Thank
for
you,
having
Christian.
me. We
Thanks
appreciate
so
you,
much.
buddy.
What a first guest.
Sorry for being
Yeah, dude.
a vulgar
The
first
first
guest.
of many.
I love you, boys.
The very
Very good.
first.
Apologize to Garrett's mom right now.
Mrs. Barnett, you are wonderful.
This
Mr.
is definitely
Barnett,
longer
you
than
are
a minute.
too. Thank
Oh, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, from that riveting interview with our good buddy Christian Sanzatera, the old Wildcat, and Alligator because he was on the Everblades. But anyways, welcome back to the 3 lads, just being 3 lads at a bar top. We got Garrett and Jack back at it again with some conversations, right? Some conversations.
Good old story times.
Heck yeah, dude. How are you guys since the interview, by the way? Because listeners, real quick, immediately after the interview, my computer mic combination took a huge shit. And it was like echoing all over the place. We had technical difficulties, mental difficulties, and all around struggles. So we're just now getting to this the next day. New mic, and I figured out a new setting on my computer that makes it not happen anymore. So we're back at you the next day. Jack, I'm going to kick it over to you to get things fired up. What are
Yeah.
we discussing?
I think we're gonna start. Well, it's gonna hop right back to you because you're gonna have to tell the story of Moto because we are recording on December 6th. Tomorrow's December 7th, the anniversary of Pearl Harbor. And I'm a huge history buff, so I love all that type of stuff. But a big funny story, the last time that Z and I were in college together, when December 7th rolled around, Z has a pretty funny story from his roommate that he's gonna tell.
Technically, that's not the last December that we were roommates together. That was
Did it happen the first
before
December?
that.
Oh, it
Yeah,
did.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
How time flies when
Yeah.
you're having fun.
And it wasn't December 7th. It was in September that the story takes place.
Why the frick are we
Just
doing this?
bringing it up because it's our Japanese roommate, so it's the only time I ever think about it.
I definitely thought it
because-
happened on December 7th because you ran in
No,
the room.
because no,
Oh.
it does play into it. So
Man.
we're all just getting to college, getting ready for practices to fire up, and we're kind of meeting all of our teammates that are there. We think it's everybody. Towards right before practices start, we get notice that there's another guy coming in. He's flying in that Sunday night. We're like, all right, cool. Where's he coming from? They're like, Yokohama, Japan. We're like, oh, bet this will be fun. So we didn't really know when he was getting in or anything like that, but we were hanging out at the house waiting for him to get there to all introduce ourselves, help him unpack, get ready, right? He came a couple hours later, walks in, and when he walks into, I believe one of my roommates was sitting on the couch next to me, where we had moved the couch probably like 4 feet in front of the TV, and we were playing Call of Duty World at War. If you've ever played Call of Duty World at War, it is based in the Japanese part and the German and Soviet part of World War II. Main storylines, right? So it was like a 50-50 shot that he walks in and we're fighting the Russians, or the Russians are fighting the Germans, and he doesn't hear a lick of Japanese. He walks through the door, and we're in the middle of this scene in the campaign where we're fighting up a hill, and the opposing Japanese forces are fighting us and fending us off from the hill. I have no idea what any of the sayings in Japanese mean in the game that they blurred out because I don't speak Japanese. The kid that walked in and was standing directly behind me without me realizing it, who I'd never met before in my whole life and had just gotten off a plane from Japan not 3 hours before that, he can hear and understand everything that they're blurting out. So it comes to a close. Whoa.
Sounds like that. Get the fuck out of here.
What a do, dog.
What are we
Jesus
doing? He's in the
Christ.
middle of a story.
It's all good. I just thought that was funny.
You act like I'm fucking doing it. He's fucking talking to me. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. I'm on this. I
know.
motioned. And he didn't do anything. And I had to take my ear off to hear what he said. And I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Jesus Christ.
So,
You know, there's a mute button, genius.
Fuck off, nerd.
I'm interested now. Anyways, so we get to a dead end on the campaign, right? Storyline comes to a stop, and I noticed that there's people reflecting on the TV screen behind us. So me and my roommate turn around. And we're like, "Oh, sweet, what's up, dude?" Get up, and we don't even think about it. Nothing crosses my mind at this point. We hop up though, and we're like introducing ourselves, shaking his hand, and he seems like pretty standoffish at first. We're like shaking his hand, introducing.
Yeah, just walk in on you guys
like,
killing Japs.
I'm Moto. I'm like, oh, what's up, Moto? I'm Z. Don't call him, whatever, blah, blah. I like turned to go point at where like the bathrooms and the stairs and everything was. Sorry about that. And I see the TV and it's paused, but I can see like a subtitle at the bottom that's frozen and it says something in Japanese. And I go, How long have you guys been here? Because Coach Reddick was there. He's the one that dropped him off. And he's like, we've just been hanging out for like 2 minutes or so. And I was like, okay, could you understand what the guys were saying in the video game? And he was like, yes. Yes, I could. I was like, dude, my bad. I probably would have put on something else had I known you were walking in the door right now. And call it live here. Yeah, my bad, dude. That's completely on us. I was like, we're gonna have to work through this, and we almost needed a therapist to get through that one because he was very not sure specifically about me out the gate because I pretended like I didn't have any idea that was going to be a problem for him for the longest time out the gate.
That poor kid. The fact he came to Peoria though for a college
He
to
thought he
play
was going to
hockey.
Chicago. Yeah, he was lied to.
He thought he was going to Chicago.
Yeah,
That's messed up.
What was the guy, the coach up in Chicago that used to be down in Peoria? What was his
The
name?
Hawaiian like coach,
Mason?
Like Mason,
yeah. Yeah, he told him he was playing in Chicago. And then, I mean, I guess he was right. He ended up playing in Chicago.
That's why they did it. That's why they did what they did.
Off the boat, they shipped him down to Peoria, dude. Shipped him down to us. But yeah, that was the first time
it's messed up.
I met him. It was pretty wild. But yeah, we were playing a game, and it was Pearl Harbor, like not 20 minutes before he walked in.
I'm talking about the tin pan story where you ran into his fucking room, smacking pans, and yelling, "This is for."
Oh,
that's the story. I thought you were gonna tell the whole time. I'm like, where are we going with this?
No, that was on Pearl Harbor.
That's what I thought.
Sorry, dude. I had a blank.
Oh my goodness,
no, that was on Pearl Harbor Day.
We're a new cast. Give us time. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. No, and that one was I grabbed some pots of pants, and it was like 5 o'clock in the morning. And Moto was notorious for like oversleeping all the time. He would wake up for an 8 a.m. class because he wasn't driving there. He would wake up at like 7:55, and he'd be like, "Where's my ride at?" I'd be like, "We're in class. We're sitting in class. Like you didn't get up to come with us." She's like, "Oh, come get me." Well, I will after class now. So this morning, I was like, "It's like he's gonna get up for this one. Like he's gonna be up and he's gonna be ready for it." And I walked in there. It had to have been at least 6 o'clock in the morning. Because it was like the sun was barely coming out, and he was in the east facing window, or in the east facing room with the windows. And I go in there with pots of pants, and I sneak in there. Clang, clang, clang. He pops up. I was like, "That's what you motherfuckers get. That's for Pearl Harbor." And I run out the door and slam it behind me. He didn't come out for a little bit, and then he finally comes out. He's like, "What the fuck was that?"
They probably don't teach Pearl Harbor over there. Let's be honest.
They're probably trying to erase it from the memory books.
They've erased World War II doesn't exist in their memory.
No.
Fucking history books.
Good job.
Are we all like high or something right now? What is happening?
That'd be cool if that was an excuse I could use. I'm just stupid. I'm just dumb.
I forgot entirely.
I brought up Pearl Harbor. Why would I want to know about you playing a video?
If we're gonna be honest,
4 times. We brought it up 4 times.
I was so aggressively upset about the Call of Duty update that was just stuck in the back of my mind.
Another good
being racist.
Like being racist.
Being racist.
Every Call of Duty player on the whole thing. How's that racist? That's not racist.
I don't get that story, Garrett. Like I don't.
That wasn't a story, but it was a statement. But don't worry, I'll correct it. My bad.
Are you like?
He's calling me a racist.
I did.
Who pissed in your Cheerios this morning? You just
nobody.
Salty spit.
I called him a racist.
Like,
it's cool when it's cool when you do it. It's a problem when I do it. I got it.
Because when you do it, it doesn't make any sense. Everyone's lost.
I got it. It's cool when you do it.
When did Jack call me a racist?
Oh no, dude.
I don't know.
Oh
no. Don't get me wrong. That pots and pans thing, that was for sure blurring the lines.
Hilarious. It's one of your all-time pranks.
For sure blurring the lines. That I also known him we were living together for months at that point. So he had done some fucked up shit before that. So it evens out.
And if you know Moto goes to a house party and always leaves with a souvenir.
something.
Wild.
Never anything of value. Just always steals.
It's something. It's something that you use every day, but it's not worth anything. So it's like paper towels or forks, or it's like, well, you can go in the store and buy new ones, but it's
One
the
time he
fact
stole-
when you go to your you use it the next day after the party to clean up or to eat a meal or something, and all your forks and cutlery are gone. You're just like, what the fuck?
I
You
think
gotta
it was
hunt down
your guys'
Moto.
house. He stole a roll of paper towels, and then the next day when you guys went to clean up, it turned out to be the last roll of paper
Yep.
towels in the
Yep.
house. And you guys had to go to the store.
Yep.
Good old Moto. And then
He stole a sign
that's
from
not
us
even
to the very
that's
last
not
party
even
we
the
had.
bars. That's not even talking about the stuff at the bars. He was a wild man at the bars. Do you remember the shenanigans? The one night he was like asleep at the bar, and then he woke up and he was just like sleeping on some girl's boobs. Just like had woke up for a second and then just put his head on them. And she's just sitting there staring there. She's like, "Are you?" She's like, Nick's standing right next to him. He's just like dumbfounded. She's like, "All right, are you gonna get him?" He's like, "Sorry, he's not from here."
He doesn't know he doesn't know how to be polite around here. This
He
is
doesn't
normal
know
in
our
Japan.
customs. He
It's
doesn't know
normal
our
in Japan.
customs.
He doesn't know our laws.
Oh my god, that's wild.
There was also one time, one of the funniest things ever. Our roommate, my freshman year, Robbie, was vacuuming the upstairs, and so the second floor of our house, when you walk up the stairs, there was my room straight across the hall. To the right was Moto's room. To the left was Robbie's room, and then Nick's room. And so Robbie one day is vacuuming the stairs because they're carpeted up, and then he's vacuuming the hallway between all the rooms, and he starts at he starts at his end, goes all the way to Moto's end, and then wraps everything up. And as he's putting the vacuum back to lean it up against the door to go up to the attic, Moto opens his doors, grabs his shoes, and just clops them in the doorway outside his door, drops them, picks up another pair of shoes, clops them again, sets them down, shuts the door. And Robbie, he's like, because he's in the hallway right outside our room. He's like, "Are you fucking serious? I'm not vacuuming that shit." He just slams his door. It's like, dude, that was
Moto
good.
didn't like Robbie at all, did he? That was part of that.
It was hard to tell who Moto liked and who Moto didn't like. Because Moto, like, if Moto didn't like you, he was just like super quiet. And then if Moto did like you, every once in a while, he wouldn't be super quiet. Because like
That's so confusing.
He and Nick got along all the time, but like he was super quiet, and then it was time to do homework, and then he was super not quiet. That kind of thing. Nick did like all that dude's homework for the longest time. He's a real one for that.
Honestly, if I'm Moto, I'm playing it off as I can't fucking read shit. Someone's got to do
Dude.
this for me.
Dude, did you have classes with him?
No,
Freshman year?
no.
Oh my, they were the best classes ever. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was in.
The only class I
pre-K,
had
was
with
mine.
him was that fucking English reading class, and he never showed up to it. He showed up for like the first class and was done with it. He was like, I can't fucking understand this, and fucking never came home.
If you every time, like, as I was sat next to him in class, every day he'd walk in, get his laptop out, open it up. He'd open like YouTube, some Japanese chat room that I'm assuming he was just talking to his buddies on there. And then he would open Google Translate. And so he would spend a bunch of times just watching hockey videos, and then he'd hop on and talk to his buddies for a little bit. And then he'd watch videos, and then randomly the teacher would say something, and he'd go into Google Translate and translate whatever was written on the board. And he'd look at me and he'd be like, ugh, and then just go back to hockey. Then ask a question, he's like, no, I don't understand.
Oh shit!
understand. And then he'd get in the elevator and he'd be like, "Yeah, dude. So are we going to the bars tonight?" It's like, yeah, obviously. I think that was wild though.
That's our Pearl Harbor segment. I hope you all enjoyed. Just us. It's wild. Moving on from that, though, we have a topic that is near and dear
Thank you to the
to
troops.
Garrett's heart.
Obviously.
College football. Garrett, you wanted to talk about this?
College football
Let
playoffs
us hear it.
have been pissing me off. I don't know why. It fired me up this year. I don't know why. Probably because I watched a little bit more this year and I paid attention to a lot of the games.
And the Florida
And when
State.
they announced it, I was so fucking baffled. I remember specifically, I was driving home from Branson and I had like 1 or 2 bars and it popped up on ESPN. And I looked at the notification, looked away, double glance, and I said, "Are you fucking kidding me?" Clicked it, and it took me 20 minutes to load it. And I'm sitting there getting fucking heated. And I look and I'm like, "Oh, your reasoning for Alabama getting in it was because they beat Georgia. Okay, that's cool." So like Florida's in it, right? Florida State. Oh, oh, they didn't make it. What was the reason for that? Oh, I don't think the quarterback's good enough. 13-0 though. 13-0 though with them. That's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
You put in Alabama.
Are you about to be the red herring on this? Because I swear to God, there's no positive spin you can
There's
put on
no
this.
way.
Fucking...
You're telling me. You're telling me.
No. I was just saying their quarterback was only 10-0. They won 3 games with
the backup quarterback.
Yeah, with the backup.
No, their argument
I'm just saying.
Their argument was their third string quarterback wasn't good enough. Their second string quarterback was going to be back for the playoffs.
I don't remember what those games were like when the backup played against Florida, but I know when the third stringer was in.
They still won, but it was a fucking drag.
It was 3-3 in the second half.
Yep.
Which
but it wasn't the third string
things,
playing though. You have to think. Sorry.
I'm just saying. Gosh, I'm just saying.
Go ahead.
It says 2 things. It says their defense is very good, which everybody knows that their defense is very good. It says that they don't have a very great run game though. Because like if you think about it, if your quarterback goes down in the next game, if you're a really good team, okay, you can't throw the ball like you could the week before. So what are you going to do? You run the ball in short routes, right? Like that's common sense. And if you're still only able to put 3 up and a half, you weren't running the ball very well against a Louisville team who were they ranked? Were they outside the top 15?
No, they were ranked for a little. I think
but like I think they were like 18.
Yeah,
18 or 19.
They were
not a bad team.
It wasn't bad. No,
I'm not saying
they had a surprisingly good year. Right.
I'm not saying they should have had like 500 rushing yards in the half or anything, but like.
No, but you have to think
not as bad as Auburn.
In making that decision, going back to what you just said, they had a really good defense. They had a really good defense with a third string quarterback in. They're gonna go and play Michigan or that spot. So Alabama has to play Michigan now. But if they were in that spot, they'd play Michigan. Michigan just struggled against Iowa's defense. The only reason they got 1 of their 2 touchdowns was because the refs gave it to them.
Yeah,
it's fucking stupid. That's
another thing I'm recovery.
But I mean,
pissed about that one.
At the same time, I'd argue that if Florida State did get in, I don't think that they would have played Michigan anyways. I think they would have ended up in the 3 spot playing Washington.
You think Texas would have gotten 4?
Yeah, because they would have been the only 1-loss team.
With a loss, yeah, so that makes sense.
They would have bumped to 4. Because you can make the argument that they're a better team than Florida State, but you can't make the argument that they deserve to be 1 spot higher when both of them are going to be away teams anyways. So they would be the 3rd spot. That's why when Texas came,
they still would have played Washington, but
release, That's why when they were doing the release of it, when Texas came up 3rd, everybody knew it was Alabama because you can't put Florida State behind Texas. But you can put Alabama behind Texas. Boy, did they do
The
it.
worst fucking whoever came up with this playoff idea is so fucking stupid. That committee, fucking worthless.
I
So
don't know.
glad they're going
I
back
really
only
want to
going
know
to
how long
6.
they talked about it for.
They're going to 12.
Is it 12? I thought it was 6 next year.
I'm pretty sure it's 12.
6 to 12.
Because somebody was saying you can't complain about 12. I don't know.
No, because I've seen people putting this is what a 12 bracket would look like, but I don't think they're moving to a 12-man bracket. I think they're moving. I think it's just a 6.
Let me look it up.
Let's keep talking while he looks it up.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, if you're really
Please.
gonna argue that Alabama wasn't like the same team they started the year off, like it's a different team now. Well, I mean, the week before they played Georgia, they played god awful against Auburn.
Yeah,
Like, that was a hard game to watch. Like, I get that it's a rivalry and they're gonna show up, but like,
I
if
hate
you're really
Michigan.
thinking about opinionated.
Is it moving to 12? Okay,
12,
I was wrong.
yeah.
My bad. If you think about it, no, I believe you. What was I fucking saying? Oh, I fucking hate Michigan. One, because I'm a state fan. Two, because they fucking cheat and everyone knows it. You can't hide behind it. We see your signs. Anyways,
well, technically they see your signs.
I want them to beat the shit out of Alabama. I want them to put up a record high.
I hate Alabama.
I want them to put up a record high of scoring. And then I hope they lose to Washington.
That game, if Michigan wins that game, it's gonna be like 24 to like 13.
I know. I see that. I see what you're saying. I don't care. I want them to put up a record number.
The only way they win is if they
80 points. 80 points to 3.
Like Georgia's 63 was nothing. Whatever, 68. How many points?
Thank God Oregon's not in it, man. That poor duck would have to do all them push-ups.
I know it sucks. So with them all dissolving that division,
the Pac-12.
Can you imagine if the CFP real quick was Michigan, Washington, Texas, and Oregon? If they just took all the SEC teams out, that would have been so funny.
I would have loved it. Why would Oregon be in it?
Because they only lost to Washington twice, and they lost by 3 each time.
I didn't follow Oregon at all. I didn't follow Oregon at all. No, but what I'm saying is, so for football standards, dissolving that division is going to be awesome. For every other sport, it sucks. But I'm excited about it strictly for football because Iowa can no longer be the best team in that fucking division. With a fucking shit offense, now they get to play real teams. And hopefully Iowa gets better. But hopefully that also elevates the Big Ten to a whole new standard. I'm excited to have Oregon. Oregon especially. That's the team I'm most excited about joining that.
It'll just be nice to see.
Didn't you just say you've never followed Oregon?
That's what I'm saying. I don't follow them, but I know they're a good school. Yeah, they're in the Big Ten. I can
Michigan State every year, probably.
We got a new coach. This is the third one in like 2 years.
I was just about to say, I remember when you signed that one to a massive contract and then
I love Tucker. I'm pissed. He fucked the wrong person. No, he was dating the sexual harassment lady at Michigan State. He broke up with her.
Great plan.
He broke up with her, and she starts telling people about all the shit that they were doing while they were dating. And he owned up to it. He didn't deny it.
He shouldn't have done it in the facility.
Like, yeah, we did. Who cares? You're dating. You're having a good time.
It's in the
facility.
What are you talking
cares? Let him have a fun time. He just made a multi-million contract. He's got shit ton of money. He's dating. Yeah. Let him do it in the facility. Fuck it.
Yeah.
He's enjoying his money, and then he breaks up with her because she's a bitch, and she goes and fucking whines about it, and all the snowflakes, you guys included over here, fucking telling him not to do it, whine like little shits.
Well, bring Tucker back.
Bring Tucker back.
Do all that in the facility makes sense.
Oh yeah.
Bring the Hitler trivia back. I guess.
I don't see a problem with that either. Part of history. Learn it.
He's just trying to make sure they got A's in history. We talking about?
He's like, I'm gonna
because people are soft and they see
he
a
wants
picture
4.0 athletes.
And this is another thing. It's like these guys. Okay, picture of Hitler. bad idea. I don't condone it. Don't think you should be doing it. But at the same time, if you see
Way
a
to cover your
picture of
ass.
Hitler, if you see a picture of Hitler and
start
it's a
out there.
trivia question, I bet half these people that are whining about it don't know a lick of shit about their history in World War II. They probably think that the Nazis were good guys at some point. Somehow, in their twisted mind, I don't get it. It's just fucking learn it. Learn it,
They'll
dude.
probably defend him because Hitler like burned all that art, and they're like that art was
I
sexual.
mean, what if everybody was really? Does anybody know what the question was? You know what the
I
question
think it
was?
was his birthday. What year was Hitler born or
Yeah.
something like that?
Man,
I don't even think it was that. It was
you got,
some.
if
I
you're
don't know.
gonna
Maybe I
have
don't know.
Hitler trivia, you gotta be like, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think
what
it was his
date
birthday.
do
I think it
people
was a little
guess
bit
that
more
he
in
maybe died,
Something.
and then you do like a side eye.
It was.
Might
Yeah.
be in Argentina.
It did. It had nothing. I don't know.
I don't think it was his birthday, but I don't know.
It was something. It was some
I don't think so.
stupid, simple question, and people
Or what
freaked
year
out
was he
about it.
born in or something.
Is that what got him kicked?
I mean, yeah.
Everyone
They've been
freaks out
calling
about
everybody
everything.
Nazis for so long, though, that when they saw one, they didn't know what to do except for scream. Oh, bad
It's just
Nazi.
everyone
him
freaks
out of
out
here.
about everything though. It's just
Get him
it's
out of
so
there.
fucking
Get him out of
soft.
there.
I mean, yeah, dude. It's not great.
You have to know about, like, you grow up. If you don't learn about bad people doing bad things, then history is just going to repeat itself. Don't fucking censor it and get rid of everything.
Mm-hmm. No, you're 100% right, dude.
I also love
Try to
history, so
do.
it's kind of annoying, but I don't love
Okay,
Hitler.
to
Just
wrap
want to
up
put that
this
up there.
No, look at him. Look at that. You're getting a little
Ditto.
sussy with that. You're getting a little sussy with that.
Just for clarification, so this is how the CFP is working next year. Excluding an undefeated Power 5 champion is a scenario we are unlikely to ever witness again. The CFP moves to 12 teams in 2024 with auto bids for the 5 highest ranked conference champions.
That's gonna be so one.
That's gonna
You
be
know what
wild.
that means,
It's
though? You know what that means? Hang on.
Liberty made
That
it into the
means-
playoffs with 12 man this year. That's wild. That's like watching basketball. I love that.
Listen. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But they get an automatic bid most likely if they're the one of the top 5 highest ranked conference champions. Because you know how many are in the top 25 that don't win their conference?
Yeah,
A lot.
shit ton.
You make it in there because like UCF would have been in the top.
It's
5.
crazy. Like, you see all these cool stories about, like, when March Madness comes around, you have all these nobody schools start winning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they start
You're
doing
gonna
upsets.
start have some really cool fucking football teams that no one's ever heard of. It like when I saw Liberty on that 12-man playoff schedule this year, like what it would have looked like, I was like, oh my god, I'd love to see Liberty in there.
You know they have a quarterback that plays for the Texans or the Titans.
I didn't know that. See,
Mhm.
the more you know, you're learning shit.
Pretty cool.
History.
Oh, yeah.
I'm excited. 12 teams will be fun next year. Maybe more people will pay attention.
Maybe that's why they did that. Because they were like, this
Maybe
is the
because they're
last
losing a
hurrah. Let's
crowd.
make everybody hate us, and we're gonna make stupid amounts of money, and no one will care. Well, they'll all care, but it won't matter. And then they went, ho, 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 dude, we're gonna steal everybody's money. Ho.
It's the
We're gonna raise the
NCAA.
prices of hot
They
dogs.
were losing money to the NIL teams or NIL deals, so they had to make.
You're gonna have to buy beer at the tailgates next year, dude. Scumbags.
BYOB, baby.
They got beer sniffing dogs out there, dude. You gotta pay for those.
This is non-alcoholic. I swear, officer. Don't count. Doesn't count.
You know what I just realized when you made that face though, Garrett? Is you know that British rap that's been going around when they're talking about with the finger? You know what I'm talking about?
If it's a rap, sing it.
I wanna say I can't think of the words. I want to say it.
I think you know the words.
No, like Houdini. Loving on the marijuana. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
I've never heard any of that.
Dude.
No.
Oh,
You
what
gotta
is it
find that
called?
video real quick. You
You
gotta
gotta
find.
find it, dude.
There's no way
That's
that's a
what
thing.
you
You're
have
making shit
they
up.
use a filter and it's like a mustache and a soul patch like yours. Loving on the marijuana. Give a fuck about
I got that soul patch coming in thick and shit. Let me getting closer.
Jesus Christ.
It's
like-
It's a
Pubic
whole-ass
hair kind of
rat's nest.
sucks. It's like pubic
Daily
hair. It
news
sucks,
segment.
dude.
Hang on. I think I'm about it. It's gonna load. Yeah. Look.
So
This one.
you're gonna get us copyrighted, dude.
No, it's TikTok, dude.
In the state of Montana, that's illegal.
TikToks?
Yeah, I was listening to some stupid TED talk one time.
Charva song, dude.
I'll have to look it up. I'll look it up after this.
Send me some links.
I was going to
No, you gotta look it up right now. I'm
say.
sending it to you. Hang on. I'm gonna say it real quick.
he keeps jumping in here. I'm trying to close us out for the week.
He's like, watch out about trying to say me, Mike Houdini. I don't know how it goes, dude. It's so good though. Watch, I'll play it. We're getting
yeah.
copyrighted.
Can you fucking hear?
Just like that, dude.
That's an awful.
So on
song.
that note,
we're ending it off that. That's awful. I was gonna
Beautiful, dude.
send us messages, tell us what we can do to improve our podcast. But I know what we can do to improve our podcast. Never let Z play a song ever again. So appreciate the tips and tricks.
If we tell Z a specific topic, make sure we know what topic we want him to talk about, not just say Pearl Harbor and he goes off into a different story.
Garrett.
And I need to get better in intros.
I'll work on
naming
intros.
If
better in intros,
we're fair.
So I think our next guest speaker, Z vetoed her, so I don't know if we're actually gonna have her. Depends if I like her that day or not. But I think Marissa wants to be our next guest speaker. So in like 2 or 3 weeks, we might have her on. If you are interested, quit cutting me off, boys. Trying to close us out before our time runs out because we're poor.
with 3 minutes.
If you would like to be a guest speaker, let us know. I know Garrett's mom is on after Marissa.
Off the fucking table.
I'll do it off the table.
Too. There's no table.
No table?
No fucking. She's not even there. I don't have a mom.
That was the worst choice.
And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, we are ending this week's cast of Lads at the Bar Top. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.